My fellow Americans, the following performance is completely satirical, and each individual view expressed may or may not reflect the actual political opinions of myself, Jason Fennell, or any of the numerous unions that endorse me, corporations that bribe me, or unqualified family members that I have unilaterally appointed to positions of power. With that being said, I don't know if any of you are big news junkies, but there's an election coming up somewhat soon in these United States of America. There is a presidential election, and currently all the leading polls predict that incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris will succeed in a narrow margin over her principal opponent, former President Donald Trump. And, obviously a lot can happen in a month, right? A lot can change. But if the polls are correct, if that does come to pass, if she does win, me personally, I would be pretty disappointed just because I believe, as I'm sure many of you do, as I'm sure many of you did 4 years ago, I believe I should win. Now, I think the reason that I haven't been showing up on any polls outside of my constitutional ineligibility is just that not a lot of people even know that I'm running for president, which is really annoying. It's my fault. I was trying to run a bit of a quiet campaign, playing hard to get. Has not been working out for me, unfortunately. I did the same thing back in 2020, and again, I don't know if you remember, but I didn't even win the popular vote, which, I'm still kind of upset about that. I think people liked me. I actually only got 3 votes total in the entire country. And I know at least 2 of them were from myself, so definitely disappointing for me. But it's not like I'm not qualified to be president. I am very qualified. I graduated from the Electoral College. I invented baseball. I have a Liberty Bell tattooed on my inner thigh. My confirmation name is John Philip Sousa. I've been to Wisconsin. Clearly, qualifications are not the issue here, right? So I can only conclude that the American public just isn't aware of my policies, positions, experience, and general competencies. What I've done is I've created a list right here of campaign promises that I fully intend to break within my first 100 days of office if elected. And with this list, with my stances out in the open, I believe in my heart that the Fennell campaign will take back the presidency in 2024. And if we do not, we will persevere and shoot for 2025 because there's way less competition that year. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, so I'm just going to read off my platform now. I know it's very difficult, but please hold all till the end. One more thing before we get started, just so you get a feel. On the political spectrum, left, right, moderate, centrist, whatever, I would describe myself as fiscally neo-paleo-hoppy-macho-anarcho feminist, socially considered socially political, theocratic, touche, Leninite. But my friends call me Jason. Anyway, as far as the first thing on my list here, the first thing I'm going to do in office is we're going to take a cue from our friends across the pond. We're going to restructure the government a little bit and turn the House of Representatives into a reality TV show where all 435 representatives actually have to live together in the same house. Who stole Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger's hairbrush? Was it Montana's 2nd District Representative Matt Rosendale? Tune in next week to find out. It's the House of Representatives, only on Disney XD. Another big issue that a lot of people care about, of course, is crime. And make no mistake, I am the law and order candidate. I've seen every episode, and I have a lot of problems with the way justice is carried out in this country. Everything is upside down. It doesn't make sense. You're telling me I can go to a movie theater and they can charge me $8 American for a small box of popcorn, and that's all fine and above board. But meanwhile, heaven forbid I bring more than 3 guns to an airport. It's ridiculous. It's completely inconsistent. And my solution is just to throw out the entire legal system altogether and start from scratch. We've been around about 200, 300 years. I think we just reboot it like an 80s film franchise. On fiscal policy, let's talk about the economy for a second. I hate being the bearer of bad news. But I was reading the Post the other day, and I found out about this thing, the national debt. Dude, does not seem good. But don't worry, my roommate is a finance major, and together we came up with a plan for how to address the crisis. So step 1 is, this is a few months after I've been sworn in, I'm going to go on a diplomatic mission over to England. I'm going to reach out to King Charles, all the world leaders on the group chat on WhatsApp. I'm going to say, hey Charlie, can I come over? He's like, yeah. I'm going to fly over to London, I'm going to meet with the Prime Minister, and then me and King Charles are hanging out. And then before I get to step 2, there's some prerequisite information. Do you guys know the band Maroon 5? Are you familiar? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I can tell. As soon as I walked in here, I knew this was a crowd full of Maroon heads, dude. I love it. I'm the biggest Maroon head there is, man. I love Maroon 5. In the morning, I'm listening to Maroon 5. In the afternoon, I'm listening to Maroon 5. In the evening, you all have to recognize these brains, right? I'm listening to Maroon 5, baby. Every time I hear Who's Like Jagger come on the radio, it's like when Popeye eats a can of spinach in those old cartoons, I get super strength. I'll do anything, man. I'll punch a cow. I don't even care. I'll eat a house.
My left hand doth not know what my right hand is doing. That's what Maroon 5 can do to a man. You know where I'll be on an average Friday night? This is even after I become president. You know what I'll be doing on an average Friday night? Catch me getting yanked and cranked 3 rows deep at the Maroon 5 concert. Smoking a jello shot out of a fishbowl and trying not to scream as my soul attempts to cleave itself from the corporeal realm. No one in this room understands what I've been through.
Now, I imagine you might be a little bit confused at this point, and that's good! I wanted you to be confused, because guess what? This whole speech I've been giving, that's the same speech I'm giving to King Charles in step 2 of my plan. I'm trying to get him disoriented. He's like, what's going on? What's this American band? Who's Popeye? I don't even know what time zone I'm in right now. Meanwhile, I have a Secret Service agent sneak up behind him, tap him on the shoulder. He turns, I'm next to him, I take the crown off of his head, you know, the gold crown with all the jewels on it, take the crown off of his head, throw it in a burlap sack. Me and the Secret Service are running off like Scooby-Doo villains. Charles, he's old, he's slow, he can't catch us, right? He sends 10 members of the King's Guard with the red suits and bearskin hats. They're running in a perfect triangle formation. I turn around and pull a bowling ball out of my breast, pull it back there, perfect strike, they go flying. I'm a 6-time world esports champion, not even worried about it. We make a clean getaway. Before you know it, I'm sitting on Air Force One eating some Victory Twizzlers with a fork and knife.
We land in Las Vegas. I go into a pawn shop. I sell the British Royal Crown for $35 trillion. Go across the street to the casino, bet it all on black, double my earnings, and I use that money to pay off the national debt once and for all. You're welcome, America. I am finally going to put this country.
All right, we just got a few more things left. I'm just going to go down the list, no particular order, rapid fire, all right? A license will be required to use a toaster. A court jester will be added to the presidential cabinet. In my opinion, capital punishment doesn't go far enough. That's why I'm introducing lowercase punishment. It's a simultaneous lethal injection, electric chair, and mariachi thing. He will be the new head of the CIA. My only advisor will be a VHS copy of Rocky IV. $0 minimum wage, but every single place of business will have one of those iPads that they spin around so you can tip the cashier, and the only option is 100%, and you can't say no. We're draining the swamp, we're forgetting the Alamo, we're bringing back the Pony Express, we're replacing the national anthem with Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. St. Kateri's Winter will be the 5th face on Mount Rushmore. Cyber Monday will be a national holiday. Any bill that includes numbers will be instantly vetoed. Universal healthcare is completely unrealistic. That's why I'm shooting for galactic instead. Johnny Appleseed on the $20 bill. The only acceptable way to filibuster on the Senate floor will be to recite the entire screenplay of the 2007 animated box office bomb cult classic mockumentary Surf's Up, starring Shia LaBeouf and Zoe Deschanel. I'm not going to have any executive orders. Instead, they're going to be executive suggestions. Just because I'm too strong. Corporal punishment back in schools. These kids will be getting too uppity. They need to be put in place. I believe that my extensive experience in the world of public policy leaves me as the candidate best equipped to correctly diagnose the nuanced socioeconomic trends that afflict the blue-collar sector of America, develop a plan to address them, and tiptoe through boys' club partisan negotiations in order to enact effective legislation that won't be neutered by budget-guzzling pork barrels. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how that happened. That wasn't actually from my list of policies. I was just reading off my Tinder bio. Not sure how that got in there. Anyone want this? Obviously all of them, but like anyone want okay. Anyways, we're just gonna move on. And then just one last thing, last but absolutely not least. I know all of you, of course, are wondering who I'm going to choose as my vice president. So I can tell you definitively now that my running mate will be Sarah Palin. Thank you very much. Fennell, President 2025. Thank you.
Yeah!